YouTubingTon
Happy 2023.
2023.
I feel like this is our first official video of 2023 because
Yeah.
the other one was our anniversary. We're back for my Annie getaway. And guys, last night I was in the shower, just
Yeah.
like getting back into the swing of being at home. And Lamb comes running into the shower, Bambi, Bambi. And I'm like, Lamb, what is it?
Yeah. I was just thinking,
But he had this conversation that was really, really good. And I was like, okay, wait. Not only do I want to finish my shower, but let's save this for the YouTubington tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow as well.
It'll be a good Sunday word, Bambi.
Yeah, it will be. Cheers. I'm not drinking anything. So first and foremost, I love that we're having this in the car because it's like we're starting this out once in a while. We're gonna be doing a car chronicle
Oh
where we
yeah,
talk
Car
about
Chronicles.
important life
Important life lessons on the
life
go.
lessons on the go. So, I have a very, very demanding family. And I cannot continue to just sweep it under the carpet like it is nothing, like it is normal in our marriage. My family, it's like non-stop, and a lot of times when I talk about how grateful and how gracious you are as a woman and as a partner, these are part of these are part of it. So I want to start off by saying thank you for being such an understanding partner, understanding wife, that even with this with the tongues of demand from my own side of the family, which sometimes I feel embarrassed.
Friends and family.
Friends and family.
Maybe more friends than family.
It is so much demand. And when I mean demand, I mean financial demand. Like literally every week and let me put it this way. Every week there is a financial demand from me, from family, from friends, mostly from Nigeria.
Like it's just so that you guys know, like it's crazy. Like I'll ask you, I'm like, does any conversation just end like normally? Like I'll talk to you later, or does every conversation have to end with like, hey, here's this need that I have, or money that I need, or bill that needs to be satisfied? I'm like, I'm not used to this because I feel like it doesn't happen here. Like my family, my friends don't call for like money, favors, like ever.
Week.
We've been together for 4 years.
Yep.
It's never happened.
And sincerely, that's where I started feeling a little embarrassed. But then again, like I said, I'm so grateful for you and your understanding. But this is my lesson that I also want to share with you guys on YouTube and anyone out there that is in a marriage where one family side is very demanding financially, emotionally, or otherwise than the other family. First and foremost, don't ever feel like it should automatically be your partner's responsibility to inherit that level of demand. So it's crazy, but I'm finding a balance. So for example, and they all seem very important because I'm talking about my sister, my brother, my friends, everybody. But then how do you balance it in a way that, because I'm helping people, or because I'm constantly helping my own side of the family, how do you ensure that that doesn't affect our relationship and the things that our relationship need as well?
Right.
Because you have to understand that right now my wife is my priority. I shouldn't be choosing between her well-being, if she needs something, over I shouldn't be choosing to constantly help my family over making sure that my wife is happy as well,
Or that you're okay.
and if me as myself I'm okay. So it's such a deep conversation that at the point I was praying, because again, I love to give a lot. We never come on social media to talk about like the amount of money,
Like what we do.
or what we do, but we do a lot. But then we feel like this is going to be a very good lesson to balance it. And this is it. They are asking me for Christmas money, but by January they are going to ask me for school fees for their kids as well. So for example, my sister has 5 kids and the father of the kids are not in their life, and she's struggling. She has like one of the things I did for her, rather than always giving her money, I called my lawyer back in Nigeria and we set up we registered a business for her, because she does, little business here and there. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to structure her in a way that she can become
self-sustainable.
Yeah. But before that self-sustainable will kick in, she has 5 kids that need to be in school, that need, the list goes on. So I'm supporting with paying those school fees, for example, right? I'm not trying to put everybody out there, but I'm putting my younger sister so that when a business picks up, all of you better try and support her as well, because that is my own way of, encouraging her. So like during December period, a lot of people that wanted money from me, I intentionally did not send money to so many of them in December. You know why? Because by January, those same group of people are going to come back to me asking for school fees, asking for house rent, asking for the fact that, it's...
The list goes on.
I can't even begin to tell you guys. And
But you wanted to talk about it because
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh, there's like at least one family member, if not more, and probably everyone's family, like on a side that you can say like, oh yeah, I'm married, my husband's family is like that, or yeah, I'm married, my wife's family is like that. Like, so he was like, he wanted to take it to YouTube because
just to encourage, to talk about it and find a balance. This is where the wisdom comes in case you're watching this video. I'm not doing this video I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. This is just a reality conversation.
Right.
When God started blessing us as a family business, a lot of work going in, we work really hard, I had to remind myself constantly that when we were broke and didn't have, all these people I'm trying to help right now, none of them were able to come to my rescue, which simply tells me that always remember that you and your partner are your first priority.
Yeah.
Don't give away money that is supposed to be used to continue to grow yourselves together, or money that is supposed to go into like maintaining
your own business,
maintaining your business, hustle, and all of that. I have a new theory. I said to myself, I'm like a tree. If you go to a tree when it's the fruit harvest season, once you finish plucking whatever fruit is available on that tree, no matter how you try, that tree will not give you another fruit until it binates itself, rejuvenates itself, and you must wait for the next season for that tree to give forth. So when I give, I close my shop.
That's so funny. That's a good way to look at it, though.
Yes, that's the new way I started looking at it. It doesn't mean the tree is barren. You can't say the tree is wicked, but the tree has exhausted its fruits.
It gave you what it gave you.
It gave you what it gave you, so you have to wait for the next season.
I feel like the way that I look at it is like when they tell you, guys, if you've gone on a plane before and you take a trip, and the stewardesses, before you take off, do the little demonstration, and they say that if anything, God forbid, happens and the masks drop, do not go and help your neighbor. It doesn't even matter if it's your husband or your wife. Secure your own mask first before you attempt to help anybody else.
Yes.
And I think that that's also really key, like you said, in keeping the balance.
In keeping the balance.
Because people are always going to need your help, right?
And
it's just the world
unfortunately,
we live in.
I come from a place where people feel very entitled
to being helped.
That's
part of it too, which
yes.
maybe that's a different YouTube, I don't know. But it's this sense of entitlement to make you feel bad and guilty.
They try to put the guilt on me. They try to make me feel bad. They feel very entitled. They feel the list is endless.
But the point of the mask story was make sure you're good first.
But make sure you're good first. But I'm going to round up this video or I'm not going to round up this video without saying part of the reason why I really wanted to do this video is, also to just say thank you for being such a great partner, right? Even though my family is so demanding, right? I've never seen you disrespect them. You still show them a lot of love, even though a lot of these things are strange to you yourself. So I just want to say thank you for handling even the situation with a lot of grace. Now we found a balance to it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what it is. I always make sure my home is good first. I always make sure that, because at the end of the day, I don't want to go around and start begging people for money as well. So
You're securing your own mask first,
yes,
Bambi.
I always make sure my home is good. And when I mean good, good, before I even extend anything. But I just want to say thank you for being such a great understanding partner. Thank you for, and even when you talk about it, you talk about it from a place of care. You talk about it from a place of concern, which I recognize. A lot of people will automatically look at their partners like, oh, why are you always talking about my family like that? If my family have, they won't be asking me for help, da da da. No, if you don't do that, you're doing a big mistake. Remember, you guys are a team, and you must carry each other along in a way that you both understand. So thank you for handling this with so much grace. And of which, if you remember when we started dating, right, I used to try to stop you. Like, I used to try to block Nigerians from reaching out to you. And initially, you didn't even understand why. I said to you, remember?
Now I get it, Bambi.
Now she understands. I did everything. I was blocking Nigerians.
Ma,
I was blocking.
I need school fees. Ma,
because I know
help.
she doesn't, she won't understand it immediately. I won't lie. I was embarrassed for a very long time. But I just want to say, even in all of this, you've been very respectful about it. You've been very gracious about it. But then it is my responsibility as a man and as the person coming from that part of the world to also make sure that I'm not abusing your grace, or I'm not abusing your understanding. I can't say, oh, my wife understands, and just let everybody keep flooding, That's why this one, before you talk to her on the phone, I must vet you properly. I don't even just let anybody talk to her on the phone, and that's me protecting.
Well, because I don't like talking on the phone.
She doesn't like talking on the phone, but most time when they talk on the phone, it's it's embarrassing. So I always make sure that I put the right people in line with how to talk to on the phone. But thank you for being a great partner. And this is how you balance it. Yes, I hear you, Bambi. She's such a sweet girl, and on my side, I want to make sure I don't abuse the niceness and generosity. That is how you balance it. So please.
Now we have to go, guys, so that Lamb can call his brother.
Yeah, but if you are out there, and yeah, it's true now. But if you're out there and you're in a relationship, please, if one side of the family is very demanding, don't approach it aggressively. You must put your partner's emotions, thoughts into consideration, even while you're trying to be generous to your own side of the family. Always make sure you guys are good. Don't give away your food money, is the truth. These are the little things that end up stressing your own marriage, and you begin to wonder why are we always fighting. It's the little things like this, but it's not so little. All right. My goal is that hopefully my family will balance.
Sunday word, Ben.
Yeah, my family will balance it themselves out quickly and not be as demanding. But for now, I have to take it. No shame for here. My family is demanding,
Car
but
Chronicles.
we've balanced it. Car Chronicles, balance it.
Today's Car Chronicles, learn how to balance it, secure your mask, and make sure that you and your family are good first. And
before
then
you
can
help anybody.
Others.
Count your blessings. Life is full of blessings. Thank God for His mercy. We pray.